Hey guys, Adam from Phantom Detailing here, and today I've got a little bit of a problem. See, my 2018 S5 here produces a shitload of brake dust. I can't really fix the brake dust issue because I don't really want to spend the money on aftermarket brake pads yet, but I was looking for a nicer wheel cleaner to use, and I reached out to my friends Oberk Car Care about their wheel cleaner. So today we're going to be using Oberk Car Care Wheel Cleaner 2-in-1. Let's get into it. Okay, so here is the wheel cleaner right here, and as you can see over here, I've got a different product, which is their tire cleaner. Now, David was gracious enough to supply this to me free of charge, but we're gonna review this in a different video later on. Really excited to use that though. So let's talk about what makes this wheel product a little bit different than just using a degreaser or whatever. Well, the first thing is that it's a cleaner and iron remover in one. It is pH neutral, but what I'm actually excited about is that it has a clinging and foaming action. I'm kind of reading it off of the label right here right now. So yes, I'm just reading off the label, but David also gave me some other talking points to talk about in this video. This isn't sponsored because I paid for this product myself, but just to make everyone aware, I do like David. He's a pretty cool guy, so. Now, even though the product says wheel cleaner, you can use this for the body of the car as well. You would obviously want to still exercise the same amount of caution, which is don't apply it in direct sunlight, don't do it outside, don't do it to hot paint, blah, 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 blah. All the same usual things that you would do for any normal degreaser or acid. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to try this out was because it is a thicker formula, which means that it's going to actually cling to the wheels and give you a little bit more cleaning action than, say, just a watered down or diluted down degreaser is. So for you guys that are in the industry, you know, you spray on your wheel cleaner and then it just kind of like drips down, and then that's where the cleaning kind of stops unless you brush it in, foam it up and everything like that. This should just stick to where we spray, and as long as it's sticking there, first of all, it's going to turn purple, so it's got the iron remover part built into it, but it's going to be cleaning the whole time that it's sticking to that surface, and it should stay where we are cleaning it at. So kind of looking forward to seeing that in action. Okay, so I forgot to introduce Cooper. Cooper here is one of the other owners in Phantom Detailing, and he's the one that's doing actually all the hard work while I'm just behind the camera. So, Cooper, what do you think of the product so far?
I really like it. It's just the one thing is the sprayer isn't the best. The sprayers that we use, they definitely spray more wide and spread, and this one definitely shoots more kind of straight, more concentrated. So it's really just a sprayer, but overall it's a great product.
Awesome. We're gonna do a comparison now on the wheel between this sprayer and the one that we use for everything else in the shop. This is more of a personal preference thing.
Definitely.
We just like this style of sprayer more. Okay, so we just wrapped up with the car, everything is all done, and I noticed this really weird thing. This is probably just a placebo effect kicking in, but I feel like my wheels are actually looked cleaner and better than if I were just to use a regular degreaser, something like that.
Definitely.
Cooper, you're the one that actually did the work, so.
No, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Overall, I think it's a great product to use, but one thing that you should keep in mind is if you're using this for personal use, I think it's a great product, but if you're working in a shop or doing 1-2 cars a day or more, then you should definitely looking to get something larger in bulk. So, because you're gonna go through this product, you're gonna go through a lot of it especially doing multiple cars a day.
Yeah, we went through about a third of this just on my car for the 4 wheels. That's not to say that that's necessarily a bad thing, because you're combining 2 products into one, a wheel cleaner and an iron decon. But I think for shops, what you would want to do is you would want to break down your costs. You would want to look at, okay, diluting something and using a dedicated degreaser and iron remover is going to be this expensive, whereas this is ready to use, ready to go.
Yep.
I think this is much more for the guy who is a serious DIYer that is taking care of his car.
And I mean, you could just throw this in your trunk and throw this in, your detail bag, and you're good to go. So, and this will last you for, a whole month. Easy if you wanted to, even more.
You had kind of like we mentioned before, personal preference for us, but we would rather use these kinds of sprayers with this particular product. But we like to use these kinds of sprayers for all of our products.
That's especially because we use these sprayers every single day, and they just work best. I mean, if you're gonna be using this, every once in a while, it's a great sprayer. It's not a bad sprayer, but we just prefer this one.
One thing I noticed when we were using it was that it doesn't have that typical iron decon smell. For maybe the average person out there who's just taking care of their car, maybe you guys don't know, but when you use an iron decon, normally it stinks up the whole house. It smells bad. It smells like rotten eggs, and I didn't really notice that too bad with this.
Not at all.
We sprayed it on the side of a car, and it seemed like it actually clinged really well to the side of a body panel. Obviously, there was still some dripping because gravity is a thing on Earth, but it seemed like it did a better job of clinging to the paint than a typical degreaser did.
Absolutely. Like, it is a wheel cleaner, but that doesn't say that you could spray this all over an entire car and decon a car. You totally could, but I think it's definitely meant just for cleaning wheels, but if you were to decon a vehicle, you could easily do it with this stuff.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to comment on?
I don't think so.
Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Definitely a thumbs up.
Thumbs up for me too. Thanks Oberk Car Care for sending this over to us. Well, I mean, we paid for it, but thanks for getting over the notes to us and allowing us to do the video. Really do appreciate it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope the information was valuable. Let us know in the comments below. If you have any other questions, we'd be happy to answer them. And I hope you guys have a great day.